This is the history of the Ottoman Empire. As the late 17th century progressed into the early 18th, the Ottoman Empire began to slowly stagnate and enter into a relative period of decline. Much of this was owed to the complacency of the sultans in Constantinople, had generally seen active and engaged sultans take a direct role in the affairs of the empire, especially early on in the 15th and 16th centuries. However, with each passing generation, the day-to-day decision-making governance of the empire was largely decentralized in its approach, insofar as taxes were collected from the provinces to maintain a large army, but the regions themselves also had a fair degree of autonomy under local rulers and governors. It was also a tolerant empire. Whilst conversion to Islam was beneficial to those looking to advance up the social hierarchy, it was by no means mandatory. Christians and other religious adherents were accepted under the Ottoman Empire, and it even became a primary haven for Europe's Jews, who faced persecution and expulsion from countries like Spain during this era. Cities such as Thessaloniki became centres of religious cosmopolitanism in the early modern era, with the majority of 54% of its population being Jewish by as early as 1519. The Ottoman Empire was also initially a very wealthy one, with extensive trade networks that flowed from as far afield as India and China, along the Silk Road, through to cities like Constantinople, Alexandria in Egypt, as well as Antioch and Damascus in the Levant. Over time, however, as the centre of world economic activity shifted from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic, large ocean-going vessels carrying trade out of the Americas and the Far East effectively bypassed the Ottomans and reduced Europe's reliance on the overland trade routes that passed through their territory, effectively making them obsolete. With this economic stagnation and imperial decline, the Ottoman Empire began to fall behind its European rivals, who were themselves experiencing a scientific revolution, with developments being made on all fronts due to rapid advancements in technology. As the 18th century progressed, the Ottoman position came to be seen as less of a threat and more of a weakness that could be exploited, with the lands that they had conquered in centuries past now looking ripe for reclamation.